This is horrible. It's horrifying because this is the censorship we have warned about for over a year now. I told you all in September of 2015, YouTube was beginning to censor us. They were demonetizing videos, claiming that they were had some sort of topic that didn't comply. That's right, it didn't comply with their advertisers. Now, Google, Facebook, and Twitter, the internet giants, are proposing new regulations to crack down on quote-unquote fake news websites, including Breitbart, InfoWars, Zero Hedge, Twitchy, and The Blaze. Wow. That's huge. This comes 1 week after Hillary Clinton suffered a stunning loss to Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election. This little move to censor the truther movement, if you want to call it that, or the conspiracy theorists, or whatever you call us, it's kind of weird that it's just happening now after a Donald Trump victory. That's what I think is weird. The timing is crazy. It means to me that something is about to happen. Something very big is about to happen. And they don't want people to see it. Google, Facebook, and Twitter announced changes this week. Both Facebook and Google have announced that they are curbing the searchability of phony news across their platforms. Google said they would stop fake and misleading websites from utilizing the company's ad-selling software, stopping their revenue. Twitter also announced Tuesday that it would update its mute function for users to hide content they do not want to see. Now we have a rough idea who they're going to target. A far-left professor compiled a list of fake and misleading news websites. Thank God, by the grace of Jesus Christ, we are not on that list. We have focused, and I told you guys this, instead of going for the massive amount of subscribers, we've been going for the real content. We've put it on our website because I didn't trust YouTube hosting our content, and it's called the Unlimited section of our website. All of those, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, if we were around, would have been on YouTube. But have you not noticed that those videos are rapidly disappearing off of YouTube's searches? So let me explain something. We have over 1,800 videos on YouTube. Yet, somehow, those videos aren't getting viewed. And this has been going on since last year, right? Okay? So now they're going to do something similar to websites. On top of that, I also today figured out why our Google, or our ad revenue, has been like sliced in half. That hits us real hard. That's how I put food on the table for Emma and myself. That's how we afford being able to do this. That's how we afford our research. That's how we afford making videos and effects and so on and so forth. And a lot goes into that. Emma and I both work roughly 12 hours a day. So now we have some sore loser tech giant who says, you can't put food on the table. I won't allow you to do that because I don't like what you're producing. You can't use my platform. Okay, well that's why we created an alternative. Please support us, ladies and gentlemen, now more than ever. Not even just for the sake of helping us afford food and our research and so on and so forth, but also because they're censoring searches now. You go to Google and type in a search, it's not going to be the same thing as what it might have been a few days ago. This is what they're saying. This is huge. Because now they control more and more and more and more of the flow of information. That right there is censorship. That right there is very close. I'm saying very close because it's not an exact attack on the First Amendment. Free speech. How in the world can Google do that? And Facebook too. And Twitter as well. All social media. How can they do that? Now more than ever, ladies and gentlemen, please sign up at least for the free emails we send you You can stay informed on our website. You can stay informed by going to freedomfightertimes.com/news. If you want more and you really want to support us for $3 a month, please help us put food on the table because our revenues are being cut drastically. That's huge. Now we have a rough idea who they're going to target. I mean, I'm not on this list, but then again, this professor who's put together this list is not necessarily connected to Google or Facebook, put it that way. Let me go to the actual original report here. An assistant professor's list of fake and misleading websites, many of which have driven the dialogue of politics this past election season. What was the one thing we didn't do? We didn't really cover the elections, did we? I told you by the grace of God. That's the only reason we're not on these lists. Is going viral after being published this week. Melissa Zimdar, an assistant professor of communications at Merrimack College in North Andover, MA, published the list Monday that's currently being shared across social media by students, non-students, and journalists alike. Zimdar says she was inspired to create the list for two reasons. The first was out of concern for the sources her students cited. The second was the constant sharing of these types of stories being shared on Facebook. Facebook has become an echo chamber reinforcing particular news stories and ideas, many of which may be hyperbolic or misleading, rather than a place for coming across a diversity of viewpoints and opinions, Zimdar said via email. Well, then tell Facebook to stop using the stupid algorithms. Zimdar says that people seek out this content out of a frustration of the mainstream media or the media at large. I think many of us turn toward these alternative news sources because we are frustrated with aspects of traditional mainstream news, whether because of corporate bias or political bias, but many of these alternative websites only make the problem worse. Zimdar's continued. I think there's a lot of good critical journalism out there, but we now have to wade through a lot of garbage to find it. You mean you have to go through the truth to find your own unique lie? Is that what you're looking for? Zimdar. That's a funny name. Zimdar. The websites rely on outrage by using distorted headlines and decontextualized or dubious information in order to generate likes, shares, and profits. Really? That's funny because a lot of the fear-mongering, a lot of the times I use titles, it's a direct copy from mainstream media. So, on that note, that's kind of interesting. It's the mainstream media who's pushing the fear. I'm telling you to awake and seek Jesus Christ. Oh, but that's right. Those who are afraid of the truth are afraid of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the truth. These kind of websites prey on this tendency and foster outrage, which drives us further apart rather than together, and makes the websites a great deal of money in the process, Zimdar said. Zimdar said she was careful about including problematic sources from both sides of the aisle because it is a problem for all political associations and ideologies. Lady, it is called free speech. And you begin to, guess what, censor that? You're violating our free speech. That would actually put you in violation of the Constitution, which would do what exactly? My point. The list comes from, as both Facebook and Google have announced that they are curbing the searchability of phony news across their platforms. Google said they would stop fake and misleading websites from utilizing the company's ad-selling software, AdSense, stopping their revenue. Twitter also announced Tuesday that it would update its mute function for users to hide content they do not want to see. Zimdar says is reviewing hundreds of other websites and news organizations, including the popular Huffington Post, as she continues to update her list. So that being said, we might not have made the list yet. There's the potential that we could. Here is the list here. PrisonPlanet.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, InfoWars, IntelliHub, Inquisitor. There's a few others around here. Daily Wire, DC Clothesline, Disclose.tv, Drudge.com, DrudgeReport.com.co, Duffel Blog, NowTheEndBegins.com, Zero Hedge, World Truth TV, Veterans Today. There's quite a few on here. Twitchy, of course, is right there as well. As you can see, the Free Thought Project, The Blaze, Red State, and so on and so forth. And there were some other ones that were removed. Did I see Politico? No, I did not. Okay, good. Whew, I was going to say, that's kind of mainstream. That is a total attack. Activist Post. Wow. 21st Century Wire. Man, this is not good. This is not good. I do not like Infowars. I don't follow them. But I'll tell you what, that guy reaches millions of people per day. That's incredible. That said, even if Google were to shut his searchability down, he'd be fine. His platform's already built. Just like others, too. Their platforms are already built. We only started a couple of years ago. Our platform is still growing. So that said, that's who it's going to kill the most. That's why we need your support. That's why we need you guys to share. Please. This is crazy censorship. And again, this is only just the beginning. Only just the beginning. That's all I got for you. God bless and carry on.